Would a coma actually make you smarter? It sounds impossible. It's almost insulting to logic. But real life cases suggest otherwise. People who go to sleep with ordinary minds and wake up speaking new languages, playing complex music, or creating art they've never been trained to make. Tonight, we're diving into one of the strangest neurological mysteries on record, acquired Savant Syndrome. And by the end of this episode, you will never look at the human brain or consciousness the same way again. Imagine this: a man suffers a traumatic brain injury. Doctors placed him in a coma. Days turn into weeks. Then one morning, he wakes up. He can't remember parts of his old life, but he can do something new, something impossible. He sits down with a pen and begins drawing entire cityscapes, perfect perspective. Every window, every shadow. He's never studied architecture. He's never taken an art class. But yet, what pours out of his mind looks like it came from a trained professional. This isn't fiction. This is real. And it has a name, and it's called acquired Savant Syndrome. It's a rare condition where, after a brain injury or coma, someone develops extraordinary abilities they never had before, which raises unsettling questions. Where were these skills always there, or did something new awaken? This isn't a one off anomaly. There's the man who woke up from a coma and suddenly played the piano, played complex compositions by ear with emotional depth. Before the coma, no musical background. And then there's this woman who emerged speaking fluent French, a language she'd barely even been exposed to. And another patient began painting animals and landscapes with photographic precision using colors and techniques that trained artists spend decades mastering. Families describe it as surreal. They recognize the face, the voice, but something fundamental has shifted: a new talent, a new focus, sometimes even a new person. And while these abilities can be beautiful, they can also be deeply unsettling. So, what's going on? What's happening inside the brain? Neuroscientists have a few leading theories, and one is called paradoxal function facilitation. In simple terms, when one part of the brain is damaged, another may suddenly work better than before. Another theory involves disinhibition. The brain normally filters information, locking away raw processing power behind metal or mental gates. Damage may remove those gates, and the results: access to abilities that were always there, but they were technically unreachable. Then there's rewiring. After trauma, the brain rebuilds itself, sometimes forming entirely new pathways. This ties into the haunting idea of, what if we all have these hidden abilities and our normal brains simply prevent us from accessing them? Consciousness and identity. This is where things get a little uncomfortable because, in some cases, the skills aren't the only thing that changes. Personalities shift, emotional responses alter, interests vanish, or they appear overnight. Some families say their loved ones feel different, still human, still present, but not quite the same consciousness that went to sleep. If a coma can unlock talents, can it also unlock a different version of the self? And if that's true, what does that say about who we really are? Today, researchers are studying brain plasticity more than ever. They're learning how flexible the brain is and how it adapts and rebuilds and sometimes surprise us. Understanding acquired Savant syndrome could help improve coma recovery, treat neurological injuries, and maybe, just maybe, teach us how to access human potential without trauma. But for now, these cases remain rare, unpredictable, and deeply mysterious. So I'll leave you with this. If the brain can unlock genius through injury, what is it protecting us from the rest of the time? And what might happen if we ever learn how to open those doors, so to speak, on purpose? This has been the Weird and Unexplained with John. If this episode made you question reality or even yourself, share it and let me know. Do you think these abilities are discovered or do you think they're created? Let us know in the comments down below. Until then, we'll see you next time.